Welcome to Brilliant or Bonkers, the podcast where my dad thinks every weird invention is secretly genius.
And my daughter thinks most of them are just completely bonkers.
Each week, we take one real or imagined invention from the slightly strange to the scientifically unhinged and decide if it's brilliant
Or bonkers.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Mark. And this is
Brilliant or Bonkers. Today, we've got a truly amazing invention. Imagine this. You're asleep, there's an earthquake, and your bed saved your life.
By eating you. Let's be clear. This thing opens up like a metal whale and you drop straight into a box.
Because that's the safe place. The mattress falls with you into a protective chamber, and the door slides shut above you. No debris, no danger, pure brilliance.
Pure madness. I don't trust anything that decides in the middle of the night to fold me into a steel tackle.
This could save thousands of lives.
It could also give you a heart attack before the earthquake does.
Well, let's find out. Is it brilliant or bonkers?
All right. Brilliant or bonkers. So, Amanda, you think this is brilliant.
I think it's brilliant.
So, right off the bat, you're wrong. Let's dive in. What are we actually talking about today? We are talking about the
Disaster beds.
disaster beds. It's an amazing invention if you want to really make your nightmares come true. Okay, so before we persuade the listeners that I'm right, what we are actually talking about, let me set the scene.
Yeah.
Let me set the scene. You're sleeping.
Mm.
It's the middle of the night. There is an earthquake.
Yes.
Now, what happens is you wake up and it's dark and you have no idea what's going on, but everything is shaking and you're scared and you don't know what to do. Now, when there is an earthquake, a real earthquake, a big one, buildings can collapse and fall down.
Yeah.
And that's obviously not good. If the ceiling falls down on you,
yeah,
that's a bad day.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It would be your last day.
Quite possibly. What is the idea? So here's the idea. You have a bed, and under the bed is like a little chamber.
Yeah.
I would call it a coffin, but that's not what it is, hopefully. But it is like a tiny little chamber. So the bed registers when the ground shakes. So when the ground shakes, the bed goes, oh, there's an earthquake. The sides of the bed kind of move away. So what you're lying on, the mattress sits on the bed. So the support for the mattress would disappear and this hole would open up and you and your mattress would fall down into this chamber and then the doors slide close on top of you. So now you're in a little box, a little steel box lying on your mattress.
Yeah.
And if the roof collapses or the walls fall in or bad stuff happens, you're in this little steel box and you can simply wait there until rescue services arrive.
Yeah.
Right. I can think of, and I will say these things out loud, many reasons why this is a terrifying concept. But you think this is great. And, I've heard a few of your arguments, but let's share them with our listeners. Amanda, why is having a death box under your bed a good idea?
Right. Spit background. I think it's brilliant because you know me and I'm very paranoid. Any noise, anything that hurts, anything that I see that I don't think looks right, I get in a whole, what's that? For me, this is brilliant because there's instant protection. Because most people, if an earthquake happens, would just sit there. They just go in straight panic mode, don't know what to do, all this. So this would just drop you down and nothing can hit you. It's not like it goes really slow, like it's like an elevator door like this. It's like proper fast when you drop down.
Yes.
So that's my first point. My second point is it works anytime. It's not like you have to press a button for it to do it. It just measures the earth shaking and it drops you down. And it sends like a little radar out so people know where you are.
Right.
So if you
signal,
it sends a signal. So if you're covered in everything, people can still find you. So it's utterly amazing.
The idea is, okay, the earth shakes and instead of panicking, you just drop into this thing and then you're safe. So here's my thing. What if the doors go when there isn't an earthquake? Like it breaks or a truck drives by or a train drives by the house and it thinks there's an earthquake and you just kind of fall down into this box and it closes and then then what? Because there is no earthquake. There's not going to be any rescue services. Nobody's going to be looking for you. You're just going to be stuck in this little steel box.
You can open it.
Okay. So there is like a button on the inside.
There is a button, but it's only used if it's in panic.
Okay. Well, now here's my biggest thing. I don't necessarily sleep, and I don't think most people necessarily sleep in the middle of their mattress, in the middle of their bed. Like I tend to migrate to the edge of my mattress in the middle of the night. So sometimes even my hand like hangs over the side of the bed. I don't know. I like sleeping on the edge of the bed. So now this thing opens up in the middle. So is my arm going to be sticking out and going to get snapped off by this big kind of...
The base is bigger than the mattress.
Right.
So if you're sticking out, it like still drops you in.
Right. So you don't think that's going to be a problem?
No.
Okay. Can I put one other point on the table? You ever had like one of those dreams when you dream that you're falling?
Yes.
And you kind of wake up and you go, you have this like scary kind of feeling.
Yeah.
That would be this, wouldn't it? But 100 times worse because you are actually falling. Like, can you imagine what that must feel like?
But, well, that is quite horrifying. This links to my next point.
Okay.
You're not falling onto the metal box.
Right.
You're falling on your mattress.
Fair enough.
So, like, I get it. If it was just like the metal box and you were falling, you'd be a bit like, oh. You might still get that. But it will still kind of be like waking up when you think you're falling. Because you're still on your mattress. You're just in a box. And I might remind you, there is lights in the box. You're not sitting in pitch black.
Okay, so what do we have? This is a good point, actually. What do we have in the box?
Right, let me
because there's
explain
me,
the box.
There's my mattress. What else do we got in there?
So it's quite a big. It's not like long. It's quite long, but it's very wide. And like it has like food. So, because you know that there's like on the news, there's a kid that wasn't found for like 7 days in like an earthquake after an earthquake. So like it will have food for like about 2 weeks in there.
Oh wow, okay.
It will have water.
Right.
The toilet situation I haven't thought of yet.
Right.
So still thinking of that.
That's a good point.
But so it's just a very fast mechanism. So like it's not like it's just gonna like slide open. It's like a proper like...
Yes. It just quickly opens up.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I meant to answer your thing about if a train drives by. I was thinking about this while you were talking. It could have like a certain thing of like, because you know how there's like different magnitudes, I think, of like,
That's
so
right.
you can get like level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. And like level 5 will knock buildings over. It's like probably guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it like measures how bad it is. If it's like not that bad and it's not knocking anything over, it's just like a little shake, then it won't drop you down.
Yeah, that makes sense. So
But
it
if
would
it's
have like
if it's like a level 5 earthquake, then it will drop you down immediately. But like if a train drives by, it won't drop you down.
yeah, that makes sense. It measures the magnitude of the earthquake
Yeah.
before it activates and drops you in.
Yeah.
Now, the toilet situation is interesting.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking like I grew up with 4 cats, and the cats would often sleep on my bed. So what if you have cats and they fall in there with you because they also need food? And we had a cat toilet. I mean, there's toilet smells and there's toilet smells. Anybody listening to this who has cats will understand what I mean. You don't want to be stuck in a metal box with a cat for 2 weeks. That's not a good experience. So it's a great idea, but not if you have cats, is what I would say. Smelly cats. Okay, here's a more serious point.
Yes.
Like, these things are going to be heavy.
They will be.
You know, most houses are like we built. I mean, do you think the floor would hold one of these things? Surely you would have to build a bedroom on the ground floor. Otherwise, the floor would never hold like a big metal box.
They don't have to be too heavy.
Yeah, but they have to be strong enough. In my head, I thought they would have to be made out of steel, but maybe that's not true.
If a brick lands on wood, like proper thick wood though, I don't think it would maybe
you have to just reinforce it.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't
I have an example. You know how cars sometimes they have that thing if you roll over it like protects the car.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
you shove one of those in there.
Yeah, the roll bars.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think that could work. I think you need food in there,
Yes.
so we need snacks
Yeah.
because, you're going to be there for a week.
Put those soldier foods in there. The ones with, like, many calories.
Well, I was thinking about Kit Kats.
You'd like Kit
Well, if I'm going to sit there for a week, I want a Kit Kat. I also think, you need water,
Mhm.
so that's important. You should have a light or a torch
Yeah.
because in the dark, can you imagine what it would be like to be in a completely dark box?
Yeah, that'd be scary.
That'd be terrifying. Okay, so we need a light. I think I like your idea that it sends out a signal,
Mhm.
but what if that breaks? So you need like a whistle,
Yeah.
so you can blow a whistle, and you need a dust mask just in case dust gets inside, and you need like a little medical kit because I still think you're falling into this thing. And I
Yeah.
also think, you know what, in Victorian times, we actually talked about this as a possible topic for our podcast.
Mm.
The Victorians, so that's like 19th century, I guess,
Mm.
they were obsessed with being buried when they were alive. And so they would have little bells. So when people died,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they were buried,
They'd
they would have a little thread in their box they could pull in their coffin just in case they were buried alive. They were obsessed with that for some reason. So something that you can push or pull to send a signal to people outside, I think would be very important. I mean, how would you feel sleeping over one of those things though? Would you genuinely feel safer?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I would struggle to sleep. I mean, speaking as a parent with kids, what if kids jump up and down on the bed? What are the chances that it's going to trigger my bed to act like a giant taco and swallow my children and never see them again?
But people can open it from the outside.
Oh, that's true. I don't know. Maybe it's my claustrophobia. I think it's scary. You think it's great, don't you?
I only think it's great because how paranoid I am.
It's interesting. So when we decided on this topic,
Yeah.
I actually did some research online.
Mm.
And there is Chinese, Russian, and American patterns. So patterns are when somebody invents something
Yeah.
and they want to.
You have a few.
I have a few patterns, not for this,
Yeah.
but there are a few people who have patented one of these things, and there are some amazing videos. If you are curious what we're talking about, just Google earthquake bed,
Yeah.
and you will see
First thing that shows up is this bed that we're talking about.
you will see an animation of what that would look like. And I on the one hand, I think if you live somewhere where there are earthquakes,
Like Turkey, Japan, Chile, Indonesia, Iran, Nepal, those type of places.
yeah, I have to admit it would be tempting. But interestingly, there isn't a single known case where somebody has either made or bought one of these. So a few people have filed a patent,
Yeah.
i.e., they invented something, but there doesn't appear to be anywhere where you can actually buy one, or at least nobody seems to have used one. So I'm just kind of curious about that. We need somebody to actually use this in an earthquake and tell us, yeah, this is what I want. I want to drop inside a metal box while there's an earthquake, and I'm kind of stuck in there with the building falling down on top of me. But at least I'll have lots of Kit Kats and my cat with me, so life will be good. Oh, and by the way, if you have to go to the toilet, you probably need to use a little sandwich bag or something.
Bucket.
A bucket. It's not a very romantic situation.
It's not very romantic, but I have an example.
All right, go on.
Right. So I'm learning about World War II and One
Mm.
in my history lesson at school.
Right.
And they had the air raid shelters.
That's right.
Yes. And I went to go see one in a museum, like a copy of one. And I never knew. I thought they had like one big bed or something like this.
Right.
The beds are tiny. They have a bucket in there.
Mm-hmm.
They survived through those years. We can survive.
But maybe it's the rebranding. Maybe this isn't for earthquakes. Maybe this is for air raids, so that people have a tiny little air raid shelter in their house that they could just
That
go
would
into.
actually be good. But I think we should do our final point.
All right. What's your final point?
My final point is it can actually genuinely save thousands of lives. Like people in the countries I stated earlier have earthquakes quite often. Well, not often, but like more common than when in the UK,
Right.
definitely. and they're big killers in these countries. Like, the death rates of earthquake is quite big.
Right.
So it could massively reduce deaths
Right.
from earthquakes.
I think I would prefer to live in a well-built building that I don't have to worry too much about it collapsing. Like Japan builds really high-quality buildings that probably survive earthquakes because they have them all the time. I don't know. Sleeping on top of a box that could swallow me whole in the middle of the night whenever it feels like it. It's like Jonah and the whale. I'm not particularly keen on this, you know. Feels all a little bit too biblical. All right, Manda, it's time for the Judgment Giraffe.
Right. He's here.
Hello, Mr. Judgment Giraffe.
Hello, Judgment Giraffe. Right. So the Judgment Giraffe has actually been thinking about this for quite a while because we discuss our topics
Right.
before the podcast. So
I
he
see.
knows what our topics are. So we give him time to think about this, right?
He looks very intelligent.
So he is very intelligent. So he's been thinking, and let's see what he does. Right. Okay. He's leant toward brilliant, but he thinks it's brilliant in the sense that it would actually probably be good if there was an earthquake, it could save your life. But then he also thinks it's bonkers because I think he's a bit claustrophobic.
Well, his neck will probably stick out.
Yeah, so personally, if there's any giraffes watching, I don't think it's for you.
No, it's not a giraffe-friendly
No.
system. Okay, so the Judgment Giraffe's verdict is final. It's brilliant. I don't want to sleep on one, but you seem to like it. The giraffe seems to like it. Earthquake beds. Go look it up online. It's a really cool idea. All right. Thank you for listening. Amanda, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dad.
All right.
Bye-bye.
It was so much fun. Bye-bye. See you next time.